Discover the power of aligning breath, thoughts, and desires to manifest your authentic self and embrace the divine within. Physician and wisdom channel Dr. Paul Hanna joins us to share how you can begin to live your God self. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Exploring the Mystical Side of Life with your host, Linda Lang.
Hi, this is Linda Lang from ThoughtChange.com. We are exploring the mystical side of life once again this week. If you enjoy our conversations, remember to subscribe, share with a friend. Today we are talking about living your God self. I have Dr. Paul Hanna with me as my guest. Dr. Hanna is a medical doctor, a healer, a teacher, and a wisdom channel. Welcome.
Wow, thank you very much. You gave me a long introduction. I said, that's real powerful, but let's say yes. I appreciate you having me here, being able to shine light on the empty spaces in people that they don't know about. And that light, I want to bring love to them and hope that be a catalyst for them to embrace their authentic self. It's all about remembering that. So I can't teach you about anything, but I can help be a catalyst for you to remember your own divine self.
Dr. Hanna, how does a medical doctor get interested in the spiritual side of healing, or in life for that matter?
I think that when you realize that we are one, then you begin to look at what is that thing that binds the oneness. And I say it's an energy, and that energy is a divine energy. When you start looking at, see how that affect everything, how it affect your body, your mind, your happiness, your joy. So you begin to seek ways to expand that. And the minute you open up that channel from your fourth chakra, you want to help someone else. You want to be that light to shine bright, creating that own smile inside of you, and other people, and help people to learn how to take care of themselves. Everyone have within them the ability to align themselves. Physicians doesn't heal. The patient and the divine one, they heal and align themselves, okay? So for me, it started with having that desire, that curiosity to improve myself and expand my oneness to other people. Because the MD is a great vehicle, and people come in. Once you have that trust from their heart, you can expand their frequency. They become one as well, they can heal themselves.
Do you still practice as a medical doctor?
I practice oneness all the time. So what I mean by that is a medical doctor is part of the paradigm. It's inclusive, not exclusive. Whenever you step into the field of being a energetic stimulus, I call it, then medical is included in that. Spiritual is included in that. Mental is included. Everything is included. So we came down to be in balance. Within that balance, you have to include medical, all the healing modalities. The question is, how do you incorporate it to your own being? So yes, I still practice that. I still live that and teach people to be one with their own self.
How do you do that? How do you teach people to be in oneness with themselves? That seems like a lifelong journey.
It is a refinement process. You got to understand what is the basic things in this life that connects everybody. And I ask people, I say, what's your number one priority? And people give me all types of things, their family, my job, blah, blah, blah. I say, well, really, that's not true. They say, what? I say, that's not true. The number one thing is your breath, Without your breath, you're not in this physical world. So the question is, can you honor breath? And the next thing, can you honor, what are you thinking? Because what you think, you create with your own emotions that way. So I start on that path, very simple, to connect people, start with that. When you breathe in, when you breathe out, are you breathing in love? Exhale the harmony? What are you constantly thinking? Because we know whatever you think, energy can become to create that. Create whatever you're thinking. So look around yourself and ask that question. What are you thinking? You say, well, look around you, see the people around you. That's your frequency. You can change that by your thoughts, your breath, that you hold in your mind all the time, That will be created. It will be. It's a law that you create yourself.
It's so true that our thoughts can be so perversive, and they do affect our emotions and our breathing. And yet it's easy enough to switch it when we become conscious that the thoughts we're thinking don't support us.
Yes. Always remember what keeps you in the physical world is your breath. Okay, now you're in the physical world. What do you want to do about it? Question is, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What do you believe? If whatever you predominantly think, feel, and believe, that's what you manifest in this life. There's no excuse. There's nothing, no one. You can't blame nobody. You were thinking this, you were feeling this, or you were believing that. You cannot transcend that unless you change your belief, your feeling, your thoughts. The question is, some people don't really know what they deserve because they live in the shadow of other people. When you live in the shadow of other people, those are somebody else's thoughts that you may not totally agree with, but you're going along because you don't have the courage to step out of the conformity, to individualize. You can't harmonize unless you individualize. You must know who you are and be that. So we came back on this earth plane to transcend and go through our own cultivation and sense our awareness, our consciousness. But each person have a different lesson. Are you willing to, should I say, express yourself? When I talk about this again, like both times, I said out of 9 billion people in this world, they all have different thumbprints. I say, do you have the courage to live your thumbprint? No one have your thumbprint. You have a special divine gift. Are you willing to do it, to live it? That's why your true happiness, because no one can make you happy except you. And you blame other people for your happiness, you're just playing victim because they can't do it. You must be responsible for yourself. Otherwise, you're in the victimhood. And victimhood always blame and looking outside. But on the divine level, the purification is all inside. It's the inner cultivation. Again, with your breath, your feeling, your belief, based on a strong desire, because desire is the motivator beyond all of that. What do you truly desire? I didn't ask you what you want, what do you desire? Do you know have a burning desire that pushes you, that wakes you up in the middle of the night? It's the desire that's strong. And that impregnated your subconscious mind. And when you do that, you unlock the law of energy. So whatever you think on comes back to you because you put it out there. So in reality, I take people to become victorious and divine beings, because there's no victims here. There's no victims that we're dealing with right now. We must be able to deal with this very carefully. Very powerful. I'm going to ask you to look inside. Ask yourself, what do you truly desire? Most people don't know. They get want confused with desire.
Want is really short term.
Want, it's like keeps your energy is nice, concentrated. Desire, you concentrated, you focus. So what you put it focus on is to impregnate that invisible substance in the universe. It manifests back to you. Your breath, your thought, your belief, most your desire. And again, I say you must have courage to manifest your thumbprint. Because in the United States, the people are affected by what I call it the stagnation of conformity. They can never reach individuality, conforming to that. You're not conforming, you're not against anybody. You're just being who you are. And when you really be who you are, you bring more light frequency to this galaxy, to this planet. Question is, do you have the courage to show your thumbprint? Because it is a journey. It's a journey. It's an inner journey manifested outwardly. So many people I see as a patient, they're adolescents in an adult body. They're making 6 figures, but they're still adolescent because they're always looking out, blaming other people. I don't care if they MDs, JDs, or administrators, they're still adolescent by energy. They have titles. You must be willing to take responsibility to create your happiness, your health, your wealth, your joy. It's on you.
Most people don't know who they authentically are.
Totally correct. That's why we do it step by step. And realize there's two bodies in one. You got the divine body, you got the ego body. They got to realize there's another one. You got to ask yourself, what breathed you in the morning time? What wakes you up in the morning time? It wasn't the physical body. It was the force behind that. And when you get in contact with that force, there's the divine energy. And that's what I'm talking about. That's where the real alignment and real healing come from, that alignment.
I'm going to assume that meditation is one of the tools that you encourage your people to practice so that they can explore themselves and discover their authentic self.
Meditation is definitely a vehicle. It's about being still, being quiet. So I do teach spiritual qigong and stance. I teach people to learn how to stand up. I say, most people, I tell you, you can't stand up. I said, what do you mean? You can stand up, but can you stand up emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? So I got to teach you to stand. Because that's called balance. So when you can be standing, you got quietness. Quietness, you got balance. Balance, you got receptivity. You can receive different frequencies. But yes, to answer your question, being quiet, be it through meditation, chanting, mantras, they all form of getting quiet inside and raising your vibrational frequency. When you raise that frequency, connect with different sources of refined energies and vibration things, okay?
I find that for myself, the kind of quiet, very still meditation creates space in my mind. And if I practice that through the day, then I'll receive inspiration, ideas, guidance, downloads.
We're on the same frequency like that. I'm sounding the same way. Like I have to create my own space. When I have that space and all that space is filled with light. We live with light, is living in God's highest truth. You got to create the space for that. And quietness is a form of that. Then you go to purification. From purification, you go to unification. From that, you go to harmonization. Then you qualify for the universal oneness. Oneness is that space, creating space. Space, light is here, is there, it's present everywhere. Light, all inner spaces, when you create that crack. See, everything's based on receptivity, you know. If you don't create that space, you can't have no impregnation or no growth. You must create the space. And being quiet creates space. And it's filled with light. The minute you create that space, light come in, inspiration come in, downloads come in.
Do you think that you need to have that conscious awareness or just willingness to be receptive?
You must have a burning desire. You must have a burning desire. You can't think of anything on the physical plane, this physical dimension that's based on receptivity. You know, if you want to have a garden, you got to make the soil relax so you can plant the seed. In the pregnancy, the sperm got to be open, the ovum got to be receptive to have life. So receptivity is key. Desire, receptivity. Desire, receptivity. Receptivity, you got different things coming in. Quietness creates space. Space bringing in light. Light fill all space here, there, and everywhere. It's light.
So, how do we connect with that light when we have busy brains or we have issues that come up? You talked about purification, so there must be a way that dissolves.
Yes, see, the ego, if you focus on the divine, it's divine. You focus on the ego, it's always a shadow. So make a decision. Don't put yourself on 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes a day, 3 minutes, start slowly. Say, I am light, shining bright, okay? And that creates space by being quiet. So when you start with this, realize that your breath keeps you in the physical world. connected to the light. Inhale love, exhale harmony. Do that for a while. You begin to create change of space. Inhale love, exhale harmony. Do that 54 times for 21 days every morning. Okay? Just inhale love, exhale harmony throughout the galaxy. You can start your own body. Inhale love into your body, exhale harmony out of your body. Okay? That's the beginning. I leave it step by step. You give people too many ideas, they get overwhelmed. One by one. Digest that. It's called spiritual digestion. Most people go to a supplement or there's a buffet. They see all the food, they get sick. They already want to try everything. It's too much. They didn't digest nothing really. They just taste it. Right now, you asked me something. I said, breath keep you in the physical world, Realize it's a very divine energy. Your thoughts, I give you another frequency. I say harmony and love. Harmony and love start purification. Purification, choose to utilization, harmonization. Start with that breath.
That beautiful breathing exercise that you've given us today, Dr. Hannah, we have similar perspectives. I'm a 4th level initiate in the Huna shamanic tradition. That is the ancient Hawaiian teachings. The breath is very important to us in this system. It's used for many things, from centering, clearing, connecting to spirit, building energy. The teachings are based on aloha, on the spirit of love, connection, and unity. And in that system, we have a way where we can go into the psyche or the energy system and pull out limiting choices or negative or heavy emotions that are stuck in our system. Or we can just go to the light, and the light dissolves it.
So people use the white light or the purple light for purification. And the purple one, I also believe in what you're talking about. I'm very, very aligned to the shamanic, what you're talking about, very much so. And for some people who does not have the visualization, that's why I start with one in, one out. And once you get to visualization, you can talk to that one light to come and dissolve everything. But most people, they know they have a physical breath. You said you got your breath, right? Inhale in love, exhale out harmony. We got that. We can feel that. Then I have them maybe the stands where they can feel the energy. You can feel the energy. Oh, that energy. Pretend that energy is coming down to your crown chakra. Neutralize it, transfer everything that way. Yes, this way. So breathe in, breathe out, then get the visualization, then call that the body purification.
And for all the energy healers out there, if you do those breathing exercises with Qigong, boy, can you ever feel the energy in your hand chakras. Dr. Hannah, you have given us so many beautiful, inspired teachings today. What would you say would be your primary message, the one thing that you would like all of us to know?
That we all one. We all one. One sun with trillion rays coming out. We wanted the rays from the one sun. When you get back to the oneness, the conflict, the separatism, the illusion, racism is gone. That's why I said shine, glow, flow. One love, one energy, one breath. It's the oneness. So the audience realize we are oneness. And we vibrate that frequency, we can help heal Mother Earth as well. Connect us closer. Oneness. Oneness. That's what I would say to them.
Dr. Hannah, would you explain your system of shine, glow, and flow for us?
We wouldn't have to explain that. As I said, it's a rhyme, it's a rhythm, but most important is deal with universal laws. The sun, the most powerful energy that gives energy on this planet, it shines irrespectively and consistently. It neutralizes sexism, racism, ageism, politicalism, nationalism, it goes away. And my listeners who listen today, remember one love. Suppose you have everybody have sunshine love. Suppose you have sunshine love. You the sign of that love throughout the planets, the people. It's not based on what you look like, what you think like. No, it just shines. Sunshine love. Glow. Glow is like the moon. That means you have your mental, emotional, mental, spiritual body.
Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual.
No one, those bodies are better than the other one. When you get addicted, attached to one body, you become imbalanced. Then you can't really glow. So align all your bodies, align them. Then you can glow. Glow. You can shine and glow. Flow is water. It's a very high intelligence. It's carried the frequency of love. It's about unification, purification. That one, if always flowing down because it's so humble, yet so compassionate, so powerful. Water. They're all divine energies. The sun, the moon, the water. So the people that are listening, shine, glow, flow with oneness. Behind all of that is a universal love, universal consciousness, oneness. That's what I would say to them.
Now, you mentioned all your bodies.
Yes. What I mean by that, in this country, it's very intellectual bodies, very is proud. Everything intellect. I say, really? That's intellectual IQ, emotional IQ, your physical body, spiritual IQ. They all nice. Just don't get addicted to either one of them. Just bounce them all out. Really appreciate your temple. Don't get too excited about it. Say, well, mine better than yours. No, forget all of that. Just make sure it's radiant, healthy. You're mental, you're spiritual. So many people get so spiritual, they forget their body. Imbalance. All those bodies will have to be in line for you can glow, and then you can receive more of the divine energy. That's what I mean by bodies.
When you find your alignment, your interpretation of what you see and of life changes because you're looking through the eyes of the divine.
Yes, it was definitely shift.
We get less triggered.
And if we do get triggered, I would like for the audience to be appreciative of the cricket. Why? I want you to be appreciative of that, It's an opportunity for more purification. It's an opportunity for you, no judgment. No one did anything to you. It's something you did to yourself. So take responsibility for being triggered. What triggered you? What was you attached to that caused you to get triggered? Whatever, so if it's come up, be grateful for that. Because we're in this world and this planet and this reincarnation to expand our oneness, our consciousness, every life experience is an opportunity to do that. So when you get triggered, say, well, it's an opportunity for you to get higher. So let trigger come on.
Dr. Hannah, that is another Huna assumption.
I know I've been reading that. I lied to a lot of what they say. It's like I already know it. I just okay. And I was talking to this guy from Tibet recently in the last 2 months. And I told him about some of my principles. He said, my God, this is very high Buddha principles. I don't know about all that, sir. All I know is this what came down to me. These are downloads. These are downloads. So it's like Tibetan principle, he said. That's what he said. Truth is truth. Truth is truth.
All of these ancient mystery schools have the same wisdom. It's maybe communicated in a little different way.
One love, one breath, one source. It just manifests differently. This Hawaiian, I already like them. I like the principle already. That king, this king is like his last name. I read a lot of his books. It's very, very serious about that, In Tibetan, I know I had many reincarnations there. I don't know about it. I just know these things was downloads already. I feel comfortable with that. So that's what people ask me, can I record what you say? I don't know what I said. Because you can't repeat a lot of time. You're just flowing out. I can't repeat what you and I just talked about the last 30 minutes because it's flowing down through me.
Dr. Hannah, you've written a book called Remembering Qualities of Your Soul, Joyfully Living Your God Self. Sounds like a beautiful book. Would you like to share a little bit about it?
Based on what we've been talking about all along on this interview, I'm a catalyst to help you remember that your God is already in you. And you go through steps to get to that. And you remember we all have divine part and the ego part. Many generations, the ego takes over. You don't know you have another aspect of you. And the breath is the way to get in and realize you can start cultivating that other part of you, which never dies. The physical part goes out, you know. And it's a process going in to remember that. And when you get that, you joyfully begin to live your God self. And the book is all about that. I encourage anybody who's interested in buying the book, don't read the book from page to page. Just open it in the way. Let your higher self, your angels, whoever you guys are, they will guide you to where you are at that particular day. I have a lot of people all over when they read it, they say, well, how did I know? It's not me. Your angels and your guides, somebody direct you to that page. And they say, so appropriate. I say, yes, I know. Some part you're ready for that. That's what you need today. But a lot of people read like they teach you in school from left to right. It isn't that kind of book, but you can do that. As you get through with that, come back and just let it, your inner guides, your ancestors, whoever it is guiding you around, you know, it will direct you to your higher self.
For anyone who would like to explore your teachings more, where can we send them?
Hannah'sHolisticHealing.com.
Thanks for being my guest today.
Thank you for having me today.
And thank you for listening to this week's edition of Exploring the Mystical Side of Life. You'll find all of our conversations on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform. Come visit me at thoughtchange.com. While you're there, pick up your copy of Learning to Listen. It's time to start exploring that inner world so that you can live more of your authentic self. That's it for this week. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.